Peace, family. Thank you for joining me for another episode of DC Triple XI Live. I am your host, Mr. Joyner, and I am excited to be back here with you guys. I am so sorry that it's taken me a little while to make another video, but let me tell you what's been going on. First and foremost, your boy has had the flu twice. Yes, twice. I work my day job. I work at an elementary school. Okay. And a lot of these kids, they come to school sick, runny nose, coughing, sneezing, what have you. And when the kids, like when they show you love, they like you, they want to be close to you, they want to attach themselves to you, they want to close talk with you and everything like that. So I've gotten the flu twice from these sick kids. And we try to tell the parents, if your child is sick, keep them home. But a lot of parents, I understand, they can't keep their kids home. They can't afford to take a day off. So they are forced to send their kids to school sick. It's not that they want to send their kids to school that way. They just can't afford to stay home. They can't afford to miss a day's work. They may not have any sick days, especially after coming off this pandemic. A lot of people are still recovering, as am I. During the pandemic, I damn near lost everything. Job, savings, all of that shit. So I had to scratch and claw my way back from the bottom to the point where I am now, but I was dealing with the flu twice. And the last time was 2 weeks ago? I have never, let me just tell y'all something. I ain't never been that sick in my life. I'm 43 years old and I have never, ever, ever, ever felt that sick before. My body felt like it was in a meat grinder. You feel me? I had vertigo and I was still trying to, be active because I'm not the type of person that loves to just lay down all day. I do like to relax, but I also like to be productive. So I'm not the type of person that just want to lay down and just feel sorry for myself. I try to get up and move around and things like that. But yeah, and I also have a 2-year-old. She likes to play Ring Around the Rosie. She's like to be thrown in the air and whatnot. And I try to do things like that with her. But when I had that flu, Ring Around the Rosie was not in the cards. I'm like, I'm sorry, baby. Daddy can't do that with you today. The room is already spinning. You want me to spin around more with you? Nah, I'm sorry, sweetie. We're gonna have to take a rain check on the Ring Around the Rosie. You feel me? So I was dealing with that. Also, we got the holidays coming up. And I have my mom coming into town soon. So we had a lot of preparation to do. So I've been really, really, really busy, and I've been dying to get back in front of the mic for you all. I truly, truly enjoy podcasting and talking with you guys. So I could not wait for this day. So thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for joining me. And I know there's a lot to talk about because there's a lot of things that's been going on in this world. So let's get right to it. You feel me? So one of the things, I know it's probably old news right now, but I didn't get to touch on it. We all saw the video of the sister being taken out on a date, and the gentleman was taking her to the Cheesecake Factory. Now, I don't know what's wrong with Cheesecake Factory, to be honest with you. I enjoy the Cheesecake Factory. They got, first of all, their menu is a damn book. So if you can't find nothing you like at the Cheesecake Factory, then I don't know what to tell you, But the Cheesecake Factory is cool, you know what I mean, in my eyes. But I'm seeing now that there's a lot of women out there who feel Cheesecake Factory is not worth their time. So this woman proceeds to get on the phone and record, and that's another thing. Stop trying to put these men on blast that's trying to do something nice for you. You feel me? So the gentleman had reservations at another restaurant. He said y'all needed to be ready she needed to be ready at a certain time, and she wasn't. They missed their reservation, And rather than call the date off right then and there, you see me, I don't like to be late. I hate being late. So if I say, yo, I want to leave the house I want to leave the house at 5. If I give you a definite time, I want you to be ready to be and walking out the door at 5. Not 5:30, not 5:25, 5 o'clock. So the gentleman gave the young woman a time to be ready. She wasn't ready. I believe she made him wait like 45 minutes to an hour. He still stayed. And rather than call the date off, he improvised and took her to the Cheesecake Factory. When she saw that, she was not happy. It's not like she was being overly rude. I will give her that. But she made it very clear that she was not going to Cheesecake Factory. She's worth more than the Cheesecake Factory. And that's a lot of things I'm hearing from these videos that have been popping up since that one, that I know my worth. And if you can't give me what I want, then that's it. Well, for me, okay, then that's it. And that's what he said. After talking with her for several minutes, he was like, well, you know what? I see you don't respect me. You don't respect my time. So the date is off. I'm going to take you home. And he proceeded to take this young woman home. Now, she has since made another video, explaining what happened and this, that. I didn't really care to watch it because I thought the first one was absurd. And your explanation, really, I'm not interested in, But to be honest with you, I thought that whole thing was a hoax. I thought it was a hoax. I don't know if the dude was in it, but I don't feel like that video was genuine. I think it was just for likes and views and so have you, because people do that now. They create situations just to get likes, just to get followers, just to, get clicks. You know what I mean? So after that video was posted, a list came up. A list of places that are not acceptable for first dates. Now, apparently a group of women came together and created this list. Now, some of these places on here, like they damn near put every place you could possibly go on a first date. They put it on that list. And of course, number 1 was Cheesecake Factory. On that list 2 was church. Why I can't take you to church? If you're a God-fearing person and I'm a God-fearing person, why can't we go to church? Another place they were saying that you can't take them out for drinks. Huh? Since when is going out for drinks not acceptable for a first date? I don't get it. Now, one place was IHOP. Okay, I can see you saying, I don't want to go on a damn IHOP for a first date. And I wouldn't recommend any gentleman taking a woman out to IHOP on a first date. Now, if the circumstances were it's a Sunday, and because like here in Atlanta, there's a lot of places that aren't open on Sundays, but there are a lot of brunch places. And if all these places, and here in Georgia, people love brunch. They go out, especially the church crowd, they go out after church and they have brunch and what have you. So a lot of these places that are worth going to are packed, they're crowded. You go, it's an hour, hour and a half, even 2-hour wait. So sometimes IHOP is the only place available. Now, if we just trying to grab a quick bite to eat, if we have plans further down the line, later in the day, and we were like, you know what, let's go to IHOP just to grab a bite, and then later on we'll go someplace else. All right, cool. But I wouldn't recommend that be the sole place to go for a first date. So I would agree with that. But there was another list made, and I thought it was rather funny. There was 2 lists, actually. Men posting things about what they are looking for on a first date. And this other list I'm about to read I feel like it was not meant to be taken serious. It was all for shits and giggles, for the jokey joke. You know what I mean? And I thought it was hilarious. Now, there's going to be some people who don't have a funny bone in their body. They're going to take offense to it. And that's not my problem. That's a you problem. You need to find out what's going on within you to be offended by any of these lists because I could care less. I'm married. I don't go on first dates anymore. You feel what I'm saying? But when I see, I have daughters, but I don't want them to be like, oh, this is beneath me. Yada, yada. I want them to know their worth. Don't get me wrong, and I don't want no dude trying to just be like, oh, you're worth this, that, and third. Nah, we're not going there. But I don't want them to block their blessings because a man can't afford to go to a Michelin star restaurant on the first date. Nor should a man take a woman to a 5-star Michelin restaurant, spend $500-$600 on the first date. That's absurd. That's absurd. Because number one, you're investing your time and we are investing ours. Okay. That's what a first date really is all about. I'm trying to feel you out to see if there's even going to be a second date. And if the chances are there isn't going to be a second date, why am I spending all this money on a first date? You're not about to use me as a means to getting some high price, some overpriced dinner. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And furthermore, if I'm asking you out and you agree, you don't get to tell me where to spend my money. Yeah, you can tell me what you're worth, and that's fine and dandy. But you don't get to tell me where I'm spending my money. If I'm spending gas money to come get you, I'm driving everywhere and I'm planning this thing, you don't get to tell me. You don't have the authority to tell me where to spend my money. If you feel like you worth a $500 first date, tell me right then and there. If I say, hey, I would like to take you out to dinner, this, that, and the third, would you be cool with that? And you say, yeah, but I don't go to IHOP, this, that, and the third, and you got to spend $500 or more. Thank you. No, thank you. Do that. Don't sit there and say, oh, yeah, we can go out on a date, and he pick you up and he take you somewhere that you want to cause a scene because you don't like where he took you. The first date is a feeler out. We are not supposed to be spending $500, $600, $700. Not even $200, $300. That's no, absolutely not. Ladies, we gotta chill. We gotta chill. And then y'all like to use that reverse psychology shit. Like, wow, what's how you broke? You broke? Nah, this ain't got nothing to do with me being broke. You trying to make me broke by spending all this goddamn money on a first date. You feel me? I got bills. I got rent. I got my own rent. I got my own light, gas. I got a car note. I can put gas in this mug. If I got kids, I got to feed my kids, this, that, and the third. So what I look like coming out my pocket, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 on a first date? No. That's absurd. But let's get to this list that was posted, and y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Okay. So number one, this list said, if you got stank breath. Now, I think that goes both ways. You can't be all up in my face, and I shouldn't be all up in yours if I got the yuck mouth. You feel me? There's nothing sexy about a person trying to whisper in your ear and his mouth got that dragon. Nah. So yeah, I will agree. If you got stank breath, and if you got stank breath all the time, like if I first meet you and we talking and you hit me, I'm like, oh, whew, all right. Maybe she had something to eat or whatever. Maybe I caught her at a bad time. But if we meet up again and your breath still smell the same, I'm liable to think that this is a reoccurring thing. And the first date that we're going to go to is the dentist, because that wasn't on y'all list. Y'all didn't say I couldn't take you to the dentist for the first date. So that's where we about to go. We about to go to the dentist. We're going to find out why your breath smelling like that. You feel me? But like I said, that goes both ways, men and women. All right. So don't disrespect yourself. Don't play yourself trying to go up in somebody's face and you got the yuck mouth. You feel me? The second one had me dying when I first heard it, when I first read it. It said, if your second toe, the toe next to the big toe is longer than all your other toes, that's a deal breaker. Now, that's kind of weird as shit, and it looked funny, but I don't see why that would be a reason to not go on the first date. First of all, we're not barefooted, so how would you even know? You'd have to be a couple dates in to find out the length. I mean, not unless she came to the date and she had open toe shoes and she had sandals on, not sandals, but like open toe shoes. And you see that joint there and you're like, oh, wow. Deal breaker. I don't see that being a deal breaker, but it was on the list. And I thought it was hilarious when I first read it. This next one, again, not my thing, but it says nails longer than your actual fingers. If you got your nails longer than your actual fingers, that's a deal breaker. I can kind of see that, because in my eyes, that's a hygiene issue. You know, I don't know, and I'm not going to begin to try to figure out how women maintain their day-to-day life with fingernails longer than the actual nails. Like I seen someone's that's crazy long. You know what I mean? Some in the Guinness Book of World Records, one lady had her shit in a bag. She couldn't even lift her hand, like they were so heavy. She walking around like this, like a praying mantis. Like that's crazy. You can't do anything for me if you can't even use your hands. You feel me? So yeah, it's a hygiene issue in my eyes, and I would have met, and I'm going to assume that's what they meant by that. You know, we're not here to judge women. We're not here to judge their fashion sense or anything like that. We don't have no right to tell a woman what to put on their hands, their body, or anything like that. That's their prerogative. So we're not going there, you know. So I'm just going to assume it was a hygiene thing for them. The next one, if you only have a high school diploma. Now, I kind of agree with this one. If you in your 30s, mid 30s, and you only have a high school diploma, that's a deal breaker, because that shows me that you have not prioritized your education. You've just been getting by all of these years, and nah, that's just a deal breaker for me. You know, if you expect me to be educated, I expect you to be educated as well. And now, don't get me wrong, you could have, now, if you have like certifications in a specific field, then that's okay. Then that's an exception. You know, you weren't just doing whatever to make money, you know. But if you making your money off of OnlyFans and getting clicks on Instagram, nah, that we don't need that type of attention, especially on the first date. So, nah. We're not going to go there. This one here again goes both ways. If you got more than one baby daddy, or if you got more than one baby mama, that's an automatic deal breaker. Automatic. Because we don't got time to be going on no first date with you, and then some random person want to pop up, be like, "What you doing, my man? That's my baby daddy, or that's my baby mom's, whatever." We don't got time for that. Okay, we really, really, really don't. So if you ain't got your personal lives in order with your kids and their parent, please get that in order before you going on any more first dates. Because those are the same people that's talking about men ain't shit, women ain't shit, but yeah, you got all these goddamn kids. You sure do have a lot of kids for a person to saying that men and women ain't shit. Let's change that narrative. The men and women that y'all fuck with ain't shit. It's not all men or all women. It's just the people y'all mess with that ain't shit. Okay. So let's just change that verbiage, that narrative. All right. Now this one here, to me, is important. And it says, if they can't cook. If you can't cook, to me, that means we're going to be eating out every single day, whether it's pizza, Burger King, Chinese food, Chick-fil-A, what have you. I'm not the type of person that wants to eat takeout food every day. I can't do it, because I prioritize my health. Okay. My body is my temple. I don't like to introduce things to my body that is harmful to me. And eating fast food and takeout every day, that's not healthy for you. So if you can't cook, this is why you want to spend $500, $600, $700 on restaurants, because you want to go out and get good food, because you probably can't prepare it yourself. So I encourage men and women to learn how to cook, because that role should be shared in the household. Okay. The next one here, again, Depends on who you talk to. If you name your child after things you can't afford, I mean, if you got a child named Diamond, Alexis, Mercedes, Apple, but you can't afford none of these things, that's a red flag. You know, that is a red flag. What's next? If I thought this one was funny. If you read with your finger, if I'm taking you out and you looking at the menu and you going, no. How old are you? How old are you? Why are you reading with your finger? Put your hand away. Read the menu. You know what I mean? But that goes with your educational level. If this is what you were doing in high school and that's where you stopped, it's nothing else to say. Okay. And the next one goes with, prioritizing your health. Don't drink water. Now, I've heard people say, I don't drink water. Water is nasty. How is water nasty? Water doesn't have a taste. Water is water. It has no taste. So how is it nasty? Is it the fact that it doesn't have a taste makes it nasty? I don't know. But me personally, I love water. I love water. And your body will tell you when you need water. If you're thirsty all the time, if you're drinking juice and soda and energy drinks and you are thirsty all the time, your body's telling you, bruh, give me some water. I need water. And when my body tells me I need water and I drink it, you can feel the difference. I know I can. I can feel the difference. I'm not as hungry anymore and that my thirst is quenched. So drink some water, okay? The next one. If you say Valentine's Day instead of Valentine's Day, again, goes with the education. Goes hand in hand with the education. That's a red flag to me. Like, what we doing for Valentine's Day? Not a damn thing, because the Valentine's Day does not exist. Now, if you were talking about Valentine's Day, then that's different. But I don't know what Valentine's Day is, okay? If you go to her house and she has the mattress on the floor, automatic deal breaker. You cannot dictate where we go on a first date if you got your mattress on the floor. Now, my exception to that is if you had just gotten your own place, like this is your first place, and all you could afford was a mattress. Because I've met young women like that, growing up. They've gotten their first place and they can't afford any furniture. So they can only get a bed and a mattress, or they make a pallet on the floor until they could afford some furniture. Or me, when I got one of my first apartments, I couldn't afford furniture. I got a futon, an air mattress. Well, before I even got the futon, I couldn't afford a couch. So I got 2 fold-out chairs and put that joint in the living room. I had an air mattress and a couple dishes, and that was it. And I worked my way up from there. So I get that part. If you just had a place and you don't have the money to just go all out on furniture, if that's the case, then cool. But if you've been there for years, you got multiple baby daddies or multiple baby mamas, and your mattress is on the floor, that is a huge deal breaker. Huge red flag. Whoever you're dating, turn around, walk the fuck out. Because no. There's not even no because. That's just unacceptable. It's all about prioritizing what's important to you. And apparently having a decent bed isn't important to you. So good luck with that. Lastly, if she tells you, and this is a big one, guys, this is a big one. If she tells you she's not with her ex anymore, but if you go to her crib and his shoes are still there, that's a huge red flag. That means she's lying. that means she lying. If this nigga's shoes are still there, she is lying. He or she is lying. Just like if you, ladies, if you go to a man crib and you go to his closet and her shoes are still in there, or you still see clothes hung up in the closet, or if you open up a drawer or you go to the bathroom and you see feminine things in there, that brother's lying. That brother's lying. Because if you broke up with somebody, if y'all not together, there's no reason for them to have their stuff still hanging around the house. At least put all that shit in a bag and put it in the closet. And they ask, hey, what's this bag? You be like, oh, that's all my ex stuff. I've been telling he or she to come and get it, and they have not yet to come. But still, that's still a deal breaker, because then they could pop up at any moment. Yo, what my shit? And if you over there, then they're gonna make you the issue. So we don't need that type of energy. We don't need that type of energy coming our way. So let's get all our ducks in a row, and let's just have a regular first date. Now, what does a regular first date look like? Okay, fellas, what does a regular first date look like? Okay, because like I said in the beginning, you're investing your time, I'm investing mine. We're trying to figure out if you're even worth going on a second date. And spending $500 on a first date is not smart. That's not smart. That is an investment to me. If I'm spending all this money, I'm investing in you. And if I'm investing $500 on you, there's some type of guarantee that comes with that. Now, I've never been the dude to look for sexual favors in return for taking a young woman out on a nice date. I've never been that dude, but I am investing my money on you. So I'm expecting a return on that investment. A second date, communication afterwards. But if I'm spending all this money on you and you ghost me, nah, absolutely not. We not about to do that. So this is why it's not even it doesn't even make financial sense for anyone to spend that much money on a first date. Even if you got it, it doesn't make any sense. I seen this one video of a young woman saying she don't date anymore. You know, the men today aren't worth dating. But if she does decide to entertain somebody on a first date, then they have to pay a $500 fee. A $500 fee for what? A $500 fee for what? See, some of these people, they're looking for a come up. They're looking for somebody, they're looking for a cash grab. And that's not how you're supposed to be treating excuse me. That's not how you should be treating us, ladies. Our pockets are not your pockets. Y'all don't have any problem making your own money. So y'all shouldn't be coming up with ways to use ours. Let us decide where we're going to take you. As long as we're respecting you, as long as we're treating you like the queens that y'all are, it really shouldn't matter how much we're spending on this first date. If you're putting more emphasis on where I'm taking you and how much I'm spending, rather than you wanting to spend time with me, that's it. We don't even need to go any further. I see where you're at. I see where your head is at. That's not what I'm about. I'm going to let you go your way. I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope you find what you're looking for. But this is not what I'm looking for.